Our guest today is a multi-hyphenated talent. She's a comedian, an actress. She can be seen on HBO's Insecure, and she's probably best known to audiences for appearing on episode 13 of the Lyons Den podcast. You can download now on iTunes and Podcast One. Amanda Seals, it's great to see you. I love saying multi-hyphenated talent because you've gotten to do so many cool things over the years, and you're constantly reinventing yourself. You remind me of this dude, always creating, always taking on new stuff. So what's the vibe for 2019? What are you into right now? And what is it like to always kind of have your hand in so many different things?
The vibe for 2019.
I don't know. I'm already laughing.
James knows me.
I know.
I can't curse, right?
The segment's called How Many
Wait, James,
Fcks,
are you
so-
crushing right now?
Crushing? No.
We go back. I just
Oh my gosh, I just know her so well.
Yeah, that's what it is. I just like, there's so many ways Amanda can go from just that. I'm just like, man. You know what it is? It's like when you're riding the roller coaster and you're on the way up. It's like, this is gonna
That's the worst part.
No, I mean, the vibe, 2019, I mean, I'm really just trying to pull, like, my proverbial dick out. Like, that's what 2019 is. Just like, balls on the table. Like, you always knew that it was there, and now it's just like, it's time to show in a greater way the actualizing of all these, like, multi-hyphenated elements, right?
I want to say this to you. I did that exact thing in 2018, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was the greatest thing. So enjoy 2019, because if you do that, you take it out and lay your balls on the table.
That's-
it's just,
yeah.
it's so freeing.
It's freeing.
For everybody at home, this is a crazy metaphor. Crazy metaphor. Please don't go into your boss's office like, I believe in myself. I know, it's
I'll put my balls
metaphor.
out right now. Yeah.
Well, you're the perfect person then to have here for How Many Fcks. So we're going to go through a few things and just put the balls on the table and let's do
Yes,
it, right?
yes.
So first up, a police department in New Orleans suburb posted a message to Facebook urging anyone who may have purchased meth in the state to bring it in immediately because that meth might be contaminated with some Zika. That's right, the Zika virus is reportedly popping up in meth in Louisiana, and no Walter White wannabes showed up returning their meth. So Marty, how many fucks about the meth in Louisiana?
I give one Steven Seagal worth of fucks, and that's just because I didn't know how many fucks to give about this at all. But like, what criminals are following? How many criminals are actually following the police department on Facebook? It sounds like the thing you should be able to do. Like, oh, we're here today. Like, I mean, I just don't see. I watched enough First 48 to know not to tell on myself, and it just sounds crazy to bring meth into the police department. Like, hey, I got this meth, and can you check it for me?
I'm a graduate of First 48 University.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many fucks, Amanda?
I give a cash money taking over for the 99s and the 2000s because I always thought heroin was the real issue in Louisiana. Like I know when I was writing for like XXL and The Source, and I was interviewing Cash Money when they were like really popping, like that was what they were always talking about. So I'm just like, oh damn, like meth found its way into Louisiana as well. And also like know your audience, police department. Like the meth addicts are not the ones who are like the most compliant, I would say, of the drug addicts.
I would agree. And they're most likely to be on Twitter, not Facebook.
I'm with you.
Fair enough.
Louisiana seems like an Arizona or New Mexico story. But
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, how many fucks, James?
I give one on the right track fuck. Because you know what? Hey, they had to make a decision, these meth heads, and they made the right one. So they still have some ability to think and make a right decision. Now the next right decision is to, I don't know, stop doing meth.
Right.
But there's still hope there in those meth brains.
Did anybody bring anything back?
Nobody.
Nobody
showed
brought
up.
the meth
Nobody.
back. I'm terrified for this. I give a terrified fuck because we're not even talking about the Zika of it all. So this is, hey, you meth heads who might be having children, we want you guys to just be aware that there's Zika in the meth. So that has me terrified.
Double win.
Yeah, it's a double
Most meth heads are probably like, there's Zika in this shit now?
Ooh,
Yeah!
Ooh, extra seasoning.
I'm about to get fucked up!
Well, next up, MTV is rebooting its docuseries. Shout out to Amanda Diva. True Life, the debut episode, features people whose life obsession is to look and act like a Kardashian. Hashtag life goals, right? My question, does anyone just want to be like Ye or be like themselves? Marty, how many fucks for living life like a Kardashian?
I give a Dr. Frankenstein worth of fucks because most of the women come out looking like the monster. The ass all heavy, it's just like if your ass don't match your hamstrings, that's just awkward, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the booty meat to thigh meat needs to be proportionate. The ratio's totally off, and then like it's just totally weird. I just don't get it. Like I know that the Kardashians have become the standard of what beauty is to most of society.
No.
To a lot of people, to a lot of young kids. They're what?
They're arthropods. They look like ants.
Yeah, I would agree with that. They do have a little.
Hey, I like how you tried to just be like, arthropods.
No, I don't. Well, first of all,
I didn't know what it was.
Well, I went to agriculture school, so we learned about that. You probably think an insect and a bug is the same thing, but it's not.
How many fucks?
Poultry science too?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I went to Texas A&M. Like those.
Go Aggies!
Yeah.
Oh, you probably know.
Hey, you're fucking.
No, I have.
Are you?
You probably know a couple of my exes.
I know a lot of people's
We will
exes.
have conversations.
It's like all the exes are drawn to me. They try to get relationship advice and not be exes anymore.
I went to A&M and I performed at A&M so many times in a 2-year span that I had like a full ass man there.
What years?
We'll discuss.
Okay.
I guess we got to go back to this MTV show that none of us are going to watch. So how many fucks on the True Life? I want to know more about your exes in Texas.
Yeah, True Life. I'm
will say
Amanda,
this.
and I have a whole ass ex in Texas.
There's even funny.
How many
stories
fucks about the Kardashians?
I give
True
a
Life?
single black female fuck because really they're not. It's not True Life. I'm trying to be like a Kardashian. Your True Life just trying to look like a black woman because that's what the Kardashians are trying to look like. They're just
I totally
trying to
agree.
look like black women.
Yeah.
But not live black lives,
But-
or not raise their black children as black children. But that's another show.
How do you feel about like when women do appropriate the black culture like that to look and act, but like you said, avoid the actual, they don't understand the black struggle that the women go through and things like that.
That's white privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all that
let's
is.
stop
that
there.
was my
Let's
2019
stop
resolution
there,
to
Brian
get as
Gumble.
much white privilege as possible and give it to my niggas to use.
Right when I want to shut you up, you say some cool shit.
How many fucks, James?
I give, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, MTV True Life. I give one confused fuck because who were the people asking MTV to bring back True Life in the first place? Like not music videos, Yo MTV Raps, or like some of their better shows.
Sucker Free Sundays.
Sucker Free Sundays. Or Lyricist Lounge. Sorry. Well, I'm just saying, True Life, who really needed that? Besides people in flyover states in middle of America that me and Amanda are gonna perform at their college.
I didn't even know that MTV was still a thing.
Well,
Like, how do you order it? What package is it in? Because I don't have it.
I think you don't know about it because they're doing shows like True Life. I give a can we go back to the meth topic fuck. That is far less terrifying than a whole nation of people trying to be Kardashians. All right, a customer at McDonald's turned belligerent when he couldn't find a straw. He grabbed the female employee, proceeded to go all Mike Tyson on his ass. No surprise, the video went viral. No surprise either, the guy was supposedly drunk and it all went down, of course, in the great state of Florida. Marty, how many fucks about this beatdown?
I don't think that he knew that he was gonna get his ass. He was gonna get a side of ass whooping with that fucking fry he had. You know what I'm saying? I give a Ray Kroc worth of fucks, the guy that founded McDonald's and shit. I didn't think that he thought this was, well, maybe he did think this is what McDonald's was gonna be like. But at the same time, it's just really fucked up. Like that white man can put their hands on a black woman like this and feel like it's okay, and then at the end of the day be like, I just was asking for a straw. When did asking become putting your hands on somebody in a story? It just I don't know. It just
Don't look at me just because I'm a white dude. All right, so Amanda, how many fucks do you?
I don't know. I don't get it.
I give a McDowell's fuck because this never would have went down in McDowell's. This never would have went down at the Golden Arcs. This video takes me to a level of anger. And lividness on so many levels. One, he did that because that's always been the standard. Because there has always been a standard in this nation that says, like, as a white man, I can do me, and the odds are in my favor that I'm gonna get off.
Definitely.
Like, not all the time, but enough of the time where it's like, let's give it a shot. Mm-hmm. Now, the other part of it, though, that incenses me more is that this sister had no help. There is a whole squad of folks in there with her. Brothers, there's the Asian manager, there's a whole Benetton ad of folks in there, and nobody came to her aid. She had to mollywop this motherfucker for a whole minute-long video.
That always makes me upset too, because it's like there's so many spaces for someone to step up. There are so many, and no one else in the video was enraged.
Nobody
Everyone was just
they
like,
still
go.
had-
hey,
They still carried
they're-
on the transaction.
Yeah.
But you know what else makes me mad? The people in my comments, the brothers, your people, my people in the comments who are like, well, nah, they shouldn't have helped her because, brothers will get locked up. I'm sorry, did we not know that black women are getting locked up at alarming rates in the same way that black women are being killed at alarming rates in the same way? Like, why are we somehow, like, disproportionately not acknowledging these things?
I want to tell you-
Caesar Bland, hello?
I want to tell you a story. When I was 15, my brother was 16. I was in the car with my dad, and we riding, and there was this guy putting his hands on a woman at the gas station, right?
I hope y'all pulled over.
We did pull over. You know, my dad made us get out and whip his ass.
Good.
He's like, get back in the car, let's go.
Let's go.
That's honest the truth.
But I don't
That's
know
how I
how
was
your
raised.
conscience, but I don't
That's
know
how I
how
was
your
raised.
He stayed in the
conscience-
car like, get him, Bennett's.
Well, he got out the car and just
Get him, Bennett's.
Well, my dad was to make us whoop a lot of people's ass.
Hustle.
Like, I could tell you a lot of stories about my dad making whoop people's ass, but that's a whole nother segment.
James, you grew up the same way here in Los Angeles, going to crossroads where your parents.
Oh,
made
my
you
mom
beat
would send me out to beat people up all the time.
How many fucks did you give on this one?
Honestly, I give a vegan fuck. It all starts with what you're eating. You know that you eat McDonald's, you get toxins and sickness. It makes you think. It makes you just do bad stuff. Obviously, I agree with everything Amanda says, but I'm the comedy. So I would just like to say that things like this don't happen at Sweet Greens.
You and I are on the same wave. I give one paper straw fuck, right?
Mendocino Farms.
I give one paper straw fuck because places that serve paper straws instead of plastic straws, this shit doesn't go down. So I'm with you on that one. All right. Finally, residents of Chandler, Arizona are attacking driverless cars. Folks are upset about the safety of the cars and possible job loss. Waymo, the driverless car company app or whatever that spun out of Google, has been testing vans in Chandler. Some driverless cars have been pelted with rocks. Others have been driven off the road. One woman was yelling at the driverless car, not realizing it's a driverless car. Marty, how many fucks you give about the AI outrage?
I give one Lightning McQueen worth of fucks because this goes into the Pixar theory. In the Pixar theory, all human beings die, right? And then machine takes over the world. And then what happens, they sent the motherfuckers to outer space in WALL-E. So it's a follow-up to the apocalypse that's happened. That's when monsters, and then there's planes, and then there's no people in there. So this is close to making a Pixar theory come true in real life. But why the fuck are you throwing rocks at a fucking empty car and running empty cars off the road? Like, go about your business. Why aren't you at work? Why do you have time to throw rocks at cars?
I give a we're not the same fuck because I look at people like this and I'm like, are we both humans? Because I don't understand. With the brand of the car is Waymo. I have way more sense than these people. I don't I literally can't.
I was gonna make a Waymo joke. Dang it.
The comedy. The comedy.
How many fucks, James?
Now you
about
gotta
the
go
driverless
serious.
cars?
She brought the comedy.
Now
Now you gotta be
get
serious.
off.
Okay. You know what?
Break down what's going on.
I give one Amish fuck because I feel like it must be only Amish people who are this angry at technology. Are they burning their iPads? Are they just not using lights and they're just using candles? Like don't throw rocks and stones at a driverless car. Throw it at a motherfucker who's beating up a woman at McDonald's.
Yeah!
Okay. What?
Yes, boy.
You see how I brought it around? You see, message.
But that's the issue. People are getting more angry at a fucking driverless car
Exactly.
than they will with
Right.
someone getting
Bring it in, baby. Bring it in, baby.
We black over here. Yeah, we gonna
It's how it goes down.
You want to join in?
I'm going to say I give a T-1000 worth of fucks because the robots are going to be winning the war soon enough, and this is the beginning. This is the first battle. This is the Matrix. This is Terminator. This is man versus machine. And how do you know that car you throw a rock at doesn't turn into Bumblebee or some shit? Like, I don't want.
And we
I don't
know what
like this.
Bumblebee. I know that they
don't
have
like
a
this
different.
at
They have
all.
like a young woman on the poster. I didn't see the movie, but I feel like we all felt like Bumblebee was a brother.
Yeah, he should have been a Cadillac
nobody
DeVille.
saw the movie.
Bumblebee should have been a Cadillac DeVille. They know Bumblebee is a brother. Why is he a Mustang? He's a Cadillac DeVille with white wall tires and spokes on it.
break
Get it
dancing
right
like
next
that.
time.
With Marvin Gaye playing.
Amanda, I'm so happy you came by the show today.
Thanks for having me,
Thank you for bringing your energy and thank you for all you do. You got your HBO special coming up. I be knowing January 26th.
January
That's
26th.